Yo, what's cracking, Raza? It's your boy King Fabero back again with Ghetto Conversations Podcast. I'm here with my boy, Darker Boy Danny. And today we got XpressionTheMc in the building. Make some motherfucking
What's up, y'all? How's it going?
Yeah. Today's episode was brought to you by GhettoBoysClothing.com. Get the hottest merch this summer. Stay fresh this summer with the hottest merch. And today we're going to be talking about all kinds of different things, all kinds of different subjects to keep you entertained. So make sure you listen and stay tuned.
Hey.
Yeah. Get a boy down.
Beat goes hard right there. That's nice. I like that.
Yeah. It's King for Better, ho. What up, I-Town? Yeah. Back with that motherfucking gangsta shit. All my G's rock from the G-Side. In the Valley, we be posted on the east side. Ghetto Mafia, we stay buzzing like a bee. Hot, 100% original like my Levi.
Yeah, what's cracking, Raza? So I'm right here with my boy XpressionTheMc.
What's
and
poppin'?
I'm right here, he came in today. So I just want to ask him a couple things, a couple of things that have been on my mind about the music industry, the features he's done, and the people he's worked with, you know what I'm saying? So tell me, how is it now, you as a artist that's known, that's verified, how is the difference between not being verified organically and being verified?
You know, honestly, bro, when I first got verified, which was back in 2019, I realized that having that blue check, well, before now, because you know what I'm saying? Now it's like...
People buy it.
People, you can go on there now and get the meta verification,
Don't buy it.
$14.99, whatever the fuck it is, right? Back then, it's like, look, man, that was kind of like your way to DM these other people. And when they see that shit, they're like, oh, you know what? I'm going to open his DM because he's got the fucking blue check. So
That
with
official. So it was giving you a chance to DM actual artists.
Right.
And then be like, oh,
Right.
well, this guy's an actual artist.
Right. It was kind of like my leverage to say
Yeah.
I wanted to go message the game or fucking wanted to go message George Lopez.
Yeah.
And these motherfuckers ended up following me back and shit because
Yeah.
of that blue check.
'Cause of the blue
so
check.
I would use that social media power
That
to
marketing
kind
shit,
of get in there to kind of, market myself and stuff. So
Yeah.
having that, honestly, was a cool boost when I first got that shit. Like I said, now it's kind of like, everybody can get it. So it's kind of, the value of the blue check is
Went
gone
down. Yeah.
fucking down, bro.
Yeah.
And now motherfuckers who were selling them on the black market back then, they hate it, dog. Because like when they were making 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 G's, like Meta came in, they're like, "Fuck you guys too." Because there's reps at the IG. If you get a connection, they'll sell you one on the low.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to. They work for these fucking companies. But if you had an in or had a connection, you would get it.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you had your press, you can submit through the app. Back then, you had to have 5 articles that were notable. So if you had a fucking Hip Hop Weekly or The Source or fucking shit like that, and you
Documents,
submitted,
yeah, I remember that.
you would get it. You would get it. So it took me 4 tries. I applied in app for Instagram when I got it. It took me 4 fucking times. I got denied once. The fuck? Denied twice. Denied again. So on the 4th one, I check this out. I did mine with no articles. But at the time, I had just dropped my album, The Right Path, and that was the one where I had fucking Busy
Bone and
Bone,
shit, okay.
Cassidy, King Lowe's, all the people that were on it. And I had just hit 100,000 streams on Spotify. So during that time, I had all my last recent 6, 7 posts were the 100,000 streams from Spotify. Then I had just dropped Indio with Dante, that Indio song, and then I was with Ronnie. So all my posts that I had done right within that the last 4th time I submitted. Well, those were all the recent things that were going on, and then they fucking approved me, dog. And I wake up one morning, dog, and
Verified.
I looked at my fucking phone. Your account is now verified. I was like, nah. I lick it as a blue check. I start screaming. I'm like, I wake my girl up. Hey, babe, I'm fucking verified. What's up?
Yeah.
I want to throw
a party.
It was fucking exciting, fool, because it's like in the social media world, dog.
It's like making you, fool. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Back then, getting the verified, it was like, damn, fool, I'm an artist, fool. I'm verified, homie.
Right.
I'm fucking verified. Like, people take me serious now,
And getting verified, and it's like the social media gods take you seriously. You know what I mean? Like, it's like to the social media, they think you're somebody. You're somebody to them. So it's like, it was something to be proud of for me, dog. I was fucking happy for. I felt like it was like a stepping stone,
Yeah.
And from there, it's like, okay, what do I do now? Because it's like, well, actually, you know what? I had gotten, everybody gets the Spotify check first, right? So we get verified as an artist. So I had the Spotify. But before that, after the Spotify, I had got my fucking Google.
Nice,
so I had got verified on Google.
Yeah.
So I think
That helped.
All the posts I had plus the Spotify with the Google, and then I applied, and so I think
yeah.
Google might have even been a contributing factor to that shit.
You know what? I think it might have. You like you said. I think it was the fucking like the streams and shit because that Google shit. I tried because my shit's verified on Google, right?
Yeah.
It didn't work. Fool. I tried like 3 times too. Way before you could buy it. You know.
Yeah.
I did the Spotify verified, the Google verified, and I was just trying to get verified on Facebook too.
Right.
I don't know how the fuck you get verified on Facebook.
So I got Facebook after getting Instagram. So because I knew fucking Meta, fucking Instagram and Facebook, they're like sister partners. They're like together, dog. So when I went to apply for Facebook, because you can go in your settings, dog. You just type it in the there's a settings bracket in fucking Facebook. You type in verified. It'll take you to a form. Well, in the form, so I dropped my Instagram first because it says drop your social media. So I put Instagram first because I'm like, I'm thinking if these fools click on my Instagram, they're gonna see that's verified. It don't make sense. So I did the Instagram first, and then I did fucking the Google, and then the Spotify, and then on the bottom where it says type a description. Well, I've been verified. I'm an artist. I put a whole paragraph. I got verified recently on Instagram. It'd be a lot. It mean a lot to get the Facebook. Blah blah blah. Sure enough, dog, that was even faster than Instagram because Instagram I waited like fucking like almost the whole
month.
It gives you 30 days to wait.
Yeah.
But dog, like we're already getting close to the 30 days, and I'm thinking, fuck, either they haven't reviewed it or they're thinking about it, dog. And then like it was like right before the 30 days, but Facebook got back to me like in 6-7 days, dog, and I had that shit. So I'm like, feed me. So from fucking Instagram, then I had Facebook, and I'm like, fuck, I gotta try to start a chain reaction and just.
And then TikTok.
You're
verified on TikTok too, right?
TikTok, yeah.
How does that happen?
Oh, I paid for that one. I ain't gonna cap.
All right.
Well, I ain't gonna cap. Like, so I got Facebook for free through the app. I got Instagram from the app. I had a plug for IG, dog. Like I had a plug that was working at IG, and it just so happened that he was an artist and he was a fan of my shit. So he's like, look, dog, if you give me $400, because he was like selling them for like fucking at the time like 2 G's and up. He's like, if you give me $400 and slide me a verse, I'll verify you. I'm like, fuck it, dog.
Fuck it,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, fuck it. I'll be real. Like I'm gonna be real. Like the ones that I paid for and the ones I didn't. Because SoundCloud I got for free.
Okay.
Genius I got for free.
On Genius?
I got Genius.
This one got Genius. For those that don't know, Genius is a platform. I'm pretty sure y'all seen it where they have rappers go and they fucking go over the lyrics and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
That's Genius, right?
Yeah. You annotate your lyrics. Like that's like the number one. Matter of fact, Genius actually sued Google back in the day for trying to steal their platform with artists' lyrics. Because the Genius was the first OG platform where artists would go and fucking dictate their lyrics. And like if I wanted to Google Fabeto's song and lyrics, that'd be the site that would come up that I would go see his shit. So I got Genius for free, SoundCloud for free, IG for free, Facebook for free, Audius for free. What else we got in there? Like there's a fucking lot
all kinds of shit, yeah.
Fucking Triller I got for free. So only one I really paid for, dog, was TikTok. You know, and that was because it just made sense, dog. It made sense at the time. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, dog. Why not?
How do you go about? Like, how much is it for the TikTok?
For TikTok now? Okay, well now it's like, I have a guy. He's doing like $1,200, and that's under the black market. But if TikTok hears this shit, don't give it a fucking remove my shit. To be like, this motherfucker did it.
Hey, all this shit's not real.
Yeah. No, but like, so there's still kind of because. TikTok wants you to be verified on Instagram regardless. Yeah. So if somebody wants TikTok now, and if they're not verified on Instagram, well, now they're going to have to do the meta verification to fucking get that TikTok. Because TikTok wants you to have at least 3 articles that represent, that reference back to TikTok. So say Fabeto drops a fucking, a new song, whatever it is. And it's an article going on, let's just say Hip Hop Weekly. When they click on the Hip Hop Weekly article and they scroll down and it shows where you can follow him on his social media, they want TikTok to be one of those social medias. Okay. So when they click on your TikTok, it references back to your TikTok. Okay. So you need 3 articles like that. You need verification on Instagram, and you have to be active on TikTok. You don't have to have a certain amount of followers, but you have to have active. You have to be just active.
Like liking shit, posting shit.
Like you can't have a dead ass account. Like you have to have some kind of.
So one more question about that. So when you say articles, because like I've tried like. When I try to verify, it asked me for my ID and shit. I'm like, fuck, homie. Like, did you have to put your ID and shit? Or
when I did IG, I did my ID. I did my ID, and I didn't have no articles because at the time I didn't realize that motherfuckers could get. See, that's the crazy thing, dog. It's like when you get into it, you start to see that everything has a fucking price, dog. Yeah. And there's always some motherfucker. Doesn't matter how big the site is, dog. There's somebody at that site who will take a cut under the table to put you in positions. So at the time, I didn't know this. So when I submitted for my IG, I just put my ID, dog, And that's all I put. That's all I could put because I didn't even have no articles. All I had was my Spotify, my Google, and fucking my Spotify, my Google, and the fucking ID with, and that's all I did for IG. And then later on, come to find out, well, hey, you can get these if you want to do big time press, you want to be on this and that. Well, hey, you can talk. I can contact the owners of the company. They'll do it, or their writers, they'll do it too.
So that's when every time I see someone that's like they're verified and they don't have their like. And they're not famous, but they're verified. Do you think they pay for it? Because I'm like, how the fuck this will get verified? Like you know what I'm saying? I see people like, and they don't have their first name. Like they didn't buy it. You can tell, and like they're verified. I'm like,
because you look at the year that they got verified, and it says. But so that's another thing too. Now when people look at people's checks, they know if they got verified through Meta now because it has their legal first name. Yeah. Plus, it'll say anything past March 2023 was a new verification format now. So before, it was kind of like how the OG way of doing it. But honestly, if they're not notable or don't have any notable collaborations or anything that makes sense to why they would have been verified, then more than likely, they probably pay for it.
Yeah.
And either they bought it from somebody who works at these companies or they did a fucking fuckload of PR and tried with their PR. PR meaning they bought a fuckload of articles, like 10 or more. Or they got with the company who they did the 10 articles with, plus paid them like 2 G's on the side, and then they got the whole package for like $5,000. But to me, that's fucking crazy. I mean, dog, I guess if you have the money and you felt like it was worth it, because at the time, back in the day, IG...
It was worth it at the time.
It was worth it because...
like you said, once you get that verified, it's like, bruh, I'm in here.
And here's the thing, too. When you comment back in... I don't know if... I think it's still like this now, too, but... When you comment on people's shit, like say Drake just dropped a post and I went and commented and I had a blue check. Now we're in the top fucking comments out of all those thousands and thousands of comments. So you're getting a lot of people to organically see your page. They're going to be like, first instinct's going to be like, who the fuck is this fool? We don't know who he is. We haven't heard him.
That's why all those fools that be spamming, fools that be like, what's like one thing they be saying over and over. I'm like, this was annoying, posting it on everything.
In a matter of a few seconds, that was me too. Like I did that shit for a little bit. If I got a cap, like when I first got my check for, that's why I got blocked by fucking Mike Epps on Instagram. Joyner Lucas blocked me on there. Nah. Like these motherfuckers were blocking me from trolling and too much of shit. Like had to learn the hard way, dog.
Did they unblock you already or not?
Nah, those fucking assholes.
You should have told that fool Mike Epps.
Honestly, Joyner Lucas was a different story, dog, because he was supposed to be on my album, fool. Like I wanted him on the right path, and he quoted me $1,500 for a verse, fool. I come back 2 weeks later. This fool talking about $15,000 because in those 2 weeks he dropped Not a Racist. So this fool didn't even want to honor the quote. That I'm like, telling this fool, I'm like, look, dog, I was already fucking with you before you dropped this shit. I believed in your shit. He's like, yeah, but I got it. And he was with Atlantic, and it was what it is. It is.
How come you should have put that fool on blast?
I did, and he blocked me on every platform.
I didn't see that.
I swear, I posted it on fucking every platform. He full blocked me on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. His full blocked me on every single fucking platform. All because he just didn't want to show the love. Independent artists love and quote and help me excel. Cause I seen where this fool was going, dog. I'm like, this fool's fucking on fire. This fool's dope. He's gonna blow up. Yeah. Motherfucker dropped Not a Racist and blew the fuck off.
Yeah.
So it's like me, right? If somebody wrote me like right in the peak of that fucking blue check shit, they're like, oh, this fool's taking off. This fool just got verified. This fool's blah 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 blah. You know what? And he wrote me, he's like, Expression. You know what? And I told this fool, hey, it's gonna be like $300, $400 for the verse, right? And then next thing you know, I end up fucking taking off a few weeks. But this fool has the money. We already had the conversation. This fool really already reached out to me before.
You already made the deal.
I'm gonna do it, fool, for the simple fact that this motherfucker seen something in me before it happened. He already seen where I was going, and he was trying to get on it, dog. Yeah. And it's kind of like with Ray Vaughn, fool. You know what I mean? Like, I seen that shit with Ray Vaughn. I got Ray Vaughn on my album. I paid him $500, but now a motherfucker wants $5,000, $10,000 a verse. But I had got him. And, you know, we're still cool. I fuck with him. But it's like, it's that same principle of, like, if we were locked in and we were cool, why did shit change? Why did it change? Because I don't live by that principle, dog. And I fuck with Ray Vaughn, dog. He's talented, dog. He's got, you know what I'm saying? Salute to him, TDE and shit. But I'm just talking about the principle of, like, locking somebody in.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like if you already gave somebody a quote. It's like with slanging, dog. Like
same thing, yeah.
It's like if you're selling them homie a grand for 10, but then he comes and sees you, and all of a sudden it's 25, 20, 25. Like, you can't switch the price on somebody once you negotiate a price. Same shit with studio time. Can't up if somebody was your client from jump. That's why Crook, an Index Room over there in Palm Desert. Have you ever been there? Fucking nice ass studio, dog.
Yeah.
when he first started, it was $25 an hour, and I was one of his. Like, I think I was his first client, Doug. And now, you know, his prices went up. He's charging more, but he will forever lock me in at that quote.
Yeah.
I still give him 50, but if I go, well, now I have my own studio, but even when I was going, I was paying him $50 anyways, dog, because he sits there, engineers it, works it. I had the money. I'm like, he's busting his ass for me. Fuck it. But he never ever expected it to be that. He's like, you could come and he's like, why are you giving me this? It's $25 an hour for you. You know what I'm saying? So that same principle of when you lock somebody at a quote, dog, and that's your price.
There was a point, you know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to bash nobody. I'm just saying, like, we mind talking about it when I remember you used to call yourself the Zozo.
Zozo.
What was that about?
So the Zozo. So I mean, you know, there was a point in my life, dog, where so a lot of people don't know this, but when I first started rapping, I was 10 years old, and I was a Christian rapper. So you know, I was going to church, going to Southwest Community Church. My first raps that I ever wrote were real spiritual. They were real, like, you know, I wasn't like super like most Christian rappers, like where it's all like God. I would talk about God, but I would describe it to where it was kind of more metaphoric. So I would talk about like I'm heavenly exalted in the sky with the clouds. And so
hip hop. It'll be more hip hop.
I would make it more hip hop as opposed to like
Christian music.
Yeah, because when I think when people hear Christian rapper, they think like gospel.
Gospel.
But I was more like just like on a spiritual journey.
Underground hip hop bars.
Exactly. So I started off like that, you know. But you know, the turning point, I think, dog, was probably when I was like 14, 15 years old. I had lost my grandpa, dog, and my grandpa, he was the closest thing to me. Like, he was like my dad. I mean, I have a close ass relation with my dad, but my grandpa was the one picking me up from school every day. Dad was always working graveyards and shit. Me and Gramps had a crazy relationship. When he went, it fucked me all up, dog. I remember I fucking had my first suicide attempt. I fucking got 5150'd. Ended up in fucking Canyon Ridge over there in fucking Riverside. And during that time, meaning was therapists, social workers, and all kinds of shit, dog. My mind was just fucked up, bro. And they diagnosed me with bipolar disorder. That's when I first got diagnosed with that bipolar disorder.
Because of your loss, right?
Because of the loss. So I was hung up because, like, it's like, look, man, they were trying to tell me, you meet with these people for like 5-10 minutes, dog. Like, they don't really know you. They don't know anything. They just talk to you for 10 minutes and they diagnose you right on the spot, you know? So for my whole life, like, these motherfuckers was trying to base my fucking, you know, diagnosis off that one moment, you know. So I'm there at the hold, whatever the case is, you know. And they put me on meds. And I only take the meds for like 3 or 4 weeks, dog. Because during the time I'm taking those meds, I'm 15 years old, you know. And I'm taking these meds, dog, and I'm feeling like I don't have no emotion, dog. I'm feeling like...
That's what they do, the meds.
I feel like...
It's to numb you.
Yeah, dog. Like, I feel like I'm just sitting in my room, full... And, like, I'm not mad. I'm not happy. I'm not angry. I'm just, like, fucking... like, my affect is just blank. It's just blank. It's just a blank. Like, I can't laugh. Like, I'm not, like, laughing at shit, and I don't find anything funny. But I don't find anything... I'm not mad about it, but I'm just, like, blank, fool. Like, I'm just... My emotions are just locked.
Yeah.
You know? So I pulled off my meds. I said, fuck this. You know? I got off the meds. And, but during that period of my life is where I started to question spirituality. I started to question life, my existence, everything. Why is this a certain way? Why did these things happen? I really started to look at life like a big fucking question is why this and that. So during that path, dog, is kind of where I started to explore other religions, other realms, other things. Because I kind of felt mad at God in a way, dog, because I'm like, I couldn't understand, like, why the fuck is this happening? Why am I grandpa? Why am I getting this mental hospital shit? Why? And then I was having a lot of issues at school, and I was just feeling a certain way, dog. Like, I was real depressed in a dark spot of my life, and so I started to question, you know, my faith. And that's when at 15 years old, I remember, like, I'm gonna, like, look up other shit. Like, because all my whole life I was raised as a Catholic. And then I went to the Southwest. That was the whole thing, too. It was like, oh, there's Christians and then there's Catholics. And there was always a dispute in the family because you had the family who was Catholic who would pray to the Virgin, and then you had the other fucking family who was like, don't pray to the Virgin, you pray to the Jesus. So I grew up in a household of family. When I go to family functions, they'd be fucking arguing about the politics and religion. Yeah. There was always like, oh, we're right, and we're fucking family, dog. And you're like, oh, well, let's not go to so-and-so's house because they fucking whatever. Like, you know what I mean? And mind you, we're all supposed to be... We're family, we're blood, we all love each other, but because we have different religious views, it's going to become an issue. So I remember, dog, like, I'm like, all my life I was told to never look into things, to never this and that. Well, I was like, fuck it, dog. I started to explore, Buddhists, started to explore, Satanism. I started to explore all that shit.
Yeah.
And started to fascinate me, dog. Because, like, as I was getting into it, like, I was, discovering different things that was relatable. And that's kind of where it was kind of like fucked up, because not in a sense like, oh, I want to worship the devil, but there were certain practices in the religion that made sense. Like Buddhists, they believe in energy, right? Like, oh, positive, negative energy. Like, well, fuck, dog, to this day I believe in that. But like, I wouldn't say that I'm a Buddhist because I don't fully, like, there's things from each religion that would make me me. Like, oh, I believe in God, but I also believe in this, but I also believe in that. So I can't really be, I can't be boxed into one.
Religion is man-made, fool.
Right.
Religion is man-made.
Right.
God didn't make religion.
Right.
There's no religion where it's like, well, God wants us to be Christians. No.
Right.
The word Christian, the word Catholic, the word Buddha, the word this, the word that is man-made.
And churches are man-made too.
Yes, man-made.
He's so right. So, like, as I'm starting to tamper in, dog, I'm getting, like, really, like, I start to get into reading. I start to get into the fucking whoop-de-womps, and I'm getting into it. So, yeah, man, so I started to tamper with knock on different doors and shit like that, open different things. And mind you, it was just curiosity, dog. It wasn't like I was trying to find a new religion. I was just wanted to understand existence more. I wanted to understand different points of view, different people's perspectives on life. Like, the whole Jehovah's Witness, oh, they believe this and that. Some people believe this and that. Some believe in fucking the purgatories and different stuff like that. So, in the time of me going through my whole fucking, curiosity of the different religions, I'm still, making music. So, I remember, like, I was probably like, so this started when I was 15. So, about 18, 19 years old, I was chilling with some friends. We'll fast forward the story a little bit.
That's when I think I met this for around that age.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it was like the Zozo and shit.
Yeah. I fast forwarded around that time, dog. I'm chilling with some friends, dog, and we're having a deep conversation, kind of like this. You know what I mean? We're talking about life, and I'm just like, they're like, "Have you ever played the Ouija board?" I'm like, the Ouija board. I'm like, nah, I never tried that shit. They're like, you should try it. I'm like, I should try it.
Wait,
like,
they've already played it when they were telling you?
Yeah, dude. And I'll say who the fuck away. Fucking Prado. You know the Prados?
Prado? Yeah, the fools that tap.
But no, well, that's their cousin. That's their cousin. Okay. So fucking Pablo and his girl, dog. I never forget the fucking day. Right there in front of JoJo's, dog. JoJo's outside. He fucking ran inside. He's like, fuck you guys. You guys ain't doing this shit. I'm like, so they're like, yeah, we'll draw it up right here. I'm like,
they drew it?
They drew it up on the fucking. They drew it up right there, dog. And I'm like, I had never known what to expect, but again, because of my whole like questioning and always curiosity, and I had an open mind to it.
And they seen that way.
Yeah, because had I been who I was growing up, I'd have been like, no, I would have ran away. Because I was raised to never, fuck with, but because I had the open mind because of the loss of my grand, and it all led to that. So I said, fuck it. Well, whatever. What's the worst that can happen? Yeah. I get a fucking answer that I've been searching my whole life for. Yeah. That's what I had. That was my whole thing. Is like, okay, if I fucking connect with the spirit and I finally start to get some kind of answers, then that's only going to lead to what I've been searching for my whole fucking life. So I was like, whatever.
So wait, you were never scared of like ghosts and shit prior to that?
Well, look, when I was little, like the pichi cucuys and shit like that down the hallway.
If something were to move, you wouldn't be scared?
At that point in my life, no.
Nah?
Because I was hoping for that. Okay, I had been, after like 15, 16 years old, I would sit in rooms, dog, by myself and just hoping that I would get some kind of like
connection
to whatever it was evil, whether it was God, whether it was an angel. I always wanted to connect with, because I was already questioning like, why are they, like, will we ever get to see them again, loved ones again? Like, because my grandma had already died when I was 2. So my grandma, then my grandpa, and I'm like, will I ever hear from them again? Will I ever? So I was, hoping for a sign from them or just a sign from any kind of connection, dog.
Yeah.
So once I got that age, dog, I was kind of like trying to open myself to that type of like, how can I say? Like open myself to open the doors to allow any of that to come in, if it was gonna mean me getting some answers. So during that period, I wasn't scared, and that's why when they brought up the Ouija board, I'm like, I didn't even hesitate, bro. I dead ass didn't even hesitate for it. I was honestly like kind of hyped up for it. You know what I mean? So I jumped in the game. We played. fuck it, okay. So we all got to put our little fucking, hands on this shit, whatever. And it starts sliding, dog. And I'm like, at first I'm like,
you fools doing this
I'm
shit.
like,
Stop
motherfuckers
playing.
is doing this shit, right? Well, when I start fucking talking to it in my head, I tell it, slide to this. And it goes, that's when I knew.
Like what you said, slide to the L or something.
Like say because it's a Ouija. I told it, I was like, slide to the O. I go to the O. I'm like, do a spin. I ring around the rosy and it starts to go like that. They don't hear what I'm saying. I'm not saying this out loud.
In your head,
I'm saying it in my head, but you're picking up the energy because everybody it requires 2 or more to play. It's supposed to require 2 or more to play. And it starts fucking with me, dog, right? My body starts to get like, dog, I start to get real stiff. My body starts to get like this sense of like I feel like when you go and pump weights, dog, and you get that like adrenaline,
tingling.
You get that adrenaline push, like you feel like pumped up. Like I start to feel like my shoulders expand. I start to feel like,
or like when you just work out and you're like,
yeah, like I start to feel buffed up and flat. Like I start to feel pumped up for like I'm feeling like tripped out, right? So I'm like, wow, I start to fuck with this shit, right? So they're like, yeah. So that they end the game, they're like, you always gotta say goodbye after you play the game. So we say goodbye, whatever the fuck. It's supposed to, the demon's supposed to leave or whatever spirit it is, right? Because it's not supposed to actually be a demon. You find that shit later on as you go deep in the game.
No, it's supposed to be a person that you're looking for.
It's supposed to be a person.
But it's a demon disguised as the person.
Right. So it's supposed to be this whatever fucking spirit that it says it is that you're talking to fucking, I think the person was a girl or fucking, I don't know what the fuck it was. Some lady that said it was. So we, they tell me, dog, they're like, yeah, so we just tried it. Dog, tell me why.
Hold on. Making sure he's recording because I want to have
okay.
this on camera.
I want all this shit.
I want to fucking make a clip of it. You just talk.
Yeah. I'll post that shit too. I like it.
Go ahead.
So they tell me, they're like, we say goodbye. That's kind of where the spirit shit's supposed to end, And they're like, yeah, so this is what it is. I'm like, it was kind of like, they're like, what'd you think? I'm like, I like it. So meanwhile, Joe's right there. Rest in peace, Joe.
Rest in peace, Joe, dog.
And
rest in peace.
Damn, dog. And he ran inside. Like, he wasn't about to be, because this took place on his property, dog.
Dog,
like, we were chilling, smoking.
That's what I was going to tell you when you say you drew it on his, I was thinking like, dog, you drew this shit on his house, on his fucking concrete,
and
dog?
honestly,
like,
dog,
fuck,
honestly,
that's like,
it's
you
crazy
fucking
how life, we're going to get to that later on, dog, because honestly, like, it could have been some like, I don't know, dog. I think about that shit deep right now. So, it started at Joe's. Motherfucker ran inside because, obviously Joe was his mom was religious as fuck. Yeah. He didn't know about it. No, fuck that. Ran inside, closed the door, locked us out. He didn't want to see us for the rest of the night. No, I go home, I say bye to Pablo and Ashley, and fucking that's it. And dog, I'm just like, I want to try this again. So I see him again, like a couple of days later. I'm like, yo, let's try this again. We did it again. They're like, you're really starting to like it, huh? I'm like, fuck yeah. Da, 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 da. So then, I go and fucking, I tell my little cousin about it. I get my little cousin because he's all into fucking, he's watching fucking Supernatural and all kinds of his mom. Well, it's crazy because at the time, there was a conspiracy in the family that his mom was doing brujeria shit. So I bring this fool, we do it together, dog. Jojo was outside to witness this shit. The fuck, we did. My little cousin told it, dog, to make the light go out. Oh, the fucking street light. The fucking light went.
He splattered?
Fucking just.
He broke?
It fucking just boom.
But I'm saying, like, the glass broke?
The fucking air just shattered.
Oh,
dog.
fuck.
It went off, way.
It's not like the light turned off. The whole thing broke.
Boom.
Fuck, homie.
Boom. And that's where I knew, because, like, I was still at the point where I was kind of like, I was riding with it, but I was questioning it. But when that, boom, I remember after that day, because I remember telling the board, kind of like, how, going back to when we were talking about, we pray to God, like, God, I'll never do this again if you did it.
Yeah.
I basically told the board, he's like, do something for us. Show us something, we'll never question it again. Boom, boom, boom. That's all I did. Bam. And after that, I never ever tried to, like, not believe it. I believed it. I was sold. You know what I'm saying? So then I went out and fucking found the actual board, and then I got lost in that shit.
But, okay, so look, this is what I'm asking. The Zozo.
So that's where it comes. So as I'm playing the game, like I said, you always think that you're talking to
a person.
But it's not.
Yes.
Ends up coming out to be revealed that this whole time I've been summoning this fucking demon named Zozo through the board, and fucking it's been making me fucking super like possessed, dog. My skin would start to burn, my eyes would burn. I'd fucking get off on the sick ones, and I'd do all that, and I'd go write my lyrics, dog, while I was all channeling the spirit, and I'd go to the hip hop booth, write lyrics.
Yeah.
But the problem is, every time I'd write my lyrics, it felt like it wasn't even me writing, dog. All I would write was demonic shit. Like if it was just
fool. I remember this fool's music. It was literally like, fool. If you thought like. If you think Suicide Boys, all that shit is dark, nah, fool. This fool was literally a demon rapping, fool. He'd be like, fucking zozo, blah, 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 and he'll rap, fool. Yeah. Like, fool, that shit was creepy, low key, fool. Like,
and it wasn't a voice effect. It was my voice.
It was his voice.
That's what was crazy. It wasn't a pitch shift. The pitch shift I ended up doing later on, but before the pitch shift, like I have a song like where I'm rapping back and forth to myself. I'm writing from the demon's perspective and I'm writing from my perspective. So kind of like what DMX did with Damien. I'm rapping and then I respond to myself. Yeah. I'm rapping and then I respond to myself. Like with my own voice and shit. And dog, I got like stuck on that shit for a long time. I remember there was this girl.
Well, hold on, my bad. Before you start that story, did you ever see the Zozo?
No.
You never saw him?
I never seen.
He never in a dream?
Nope.
It was just a voice?
Just a voice.
Shit.
Just a voice and a feeling in my body.
What about like
paranormal shit happened around my house?
Ask.
Paranormal shit would happen around my house. I made the whole lights go out around the whole block. I made my electricity go out. My mom got really sick, almost died. We took her to a fucking healer because she was all fucking like they told her that no doctors are ever gonna find what's wrong with you because what you have is a spirit. Dog, my mom almost died because
so it was the Zozo.
Yeah, dog, that's what led me to get out of that.
Yeah.
Because, see, on this whole point, there got a point to where I was like, fuck it, I'll sacrifice everything. I was lost.
I'm sorry I bring this up, but I remember you cut cats, right? You killed cats? Don't lie to me. Don't lie to me, Expression. Right?
There's a couple times I had to do some crazy shit, dog.
Because, like, okay, now let me get into it. I don't know if I can. I'm just saying. So, like, the whole solo situation, all that's going on. And then the Freemasonry starts, right?
So the So the Freemasonry. So the Zozo thing, dog. Touching on the last story of the Zozo, I'm not going to the Masonry. There was this girl in the Cove, and she was like. I wrote this in a whole fucking song once. It was called Catherine and shit.
Oh, I've heard that shit, yeah.
Well, that song, Catherine, was based on a girl's middle name. And she had a fucking, like, upside down cross on her ear, whatever. At the time, we were, like, talking and going through some shit. Well, she was, like, falling in love with this Zozo and falling in love with the demon. And I was able to manipulate her thoughts from the board. So it was, like, it became a whole fucking thing, dog. And, like... She ended up getting real sick and possessed, and I was like, I was fucking with her without even being around her, and like I made a whole song about it, dog, because
so
I was feeling these feelings for her, but it wasn't me. It was the demon feeling the feelings, but I would feel his feeling. That's another thing too. With this possession shit, if he had emotions, I would feel his. I would be sad for no reason. I'd be fucking mad. I'd be growling in my sleep. I'd be crazy shit, dog. My parents would. That led to me going back to the mental hospital back when I was 21. So I went when I was 15, and then this shit had got out of control, dog, because I was fucking
I remember
on the verge of sacrificing my own dog, fool. Like, it got crazy, fool. So I went, you know what I mean? And so there was a lot of history behind that possession shit, dog. It became real, dog. Like,
hold on. What happened to the hyena?
I don't know.
You haven't talked to her since?
I don't know what happened here. I don't know what happened, honestly. That situation got crazy, and I just...
But I'm saying, like, you haven't seen her or anything?
No.
Did she stay with the Zozo?
I don't know. I don't know that. Honestly, I've always thought about it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what... I just, honestly, dog, she ended up blocking me, fool, because... She ended up blocking me because shit got real. It got real for her on her end. But where she ended up in life, dog, I don't know. You know? For all I know, she could be dead, and I wouldn't know.
Yeah, Simone. Like, well, she could have been like, because look, I see it like this. Maybe what if Zozo took over her?
I think that's exactly what happened, because she was having dreams of the Zozo and like me taking over, and she had ended up having an exorcism at her pad. Her parents were tripping out. She was like on some, like, it was fucking her up. So I remember she blocked me and cut me off, and that was kind of where it died out there, because I never followed back up with her, you know, and I was on my own shit.
Me speaking of this right now, we're speaking of, I rebuke any evil.
Yes.
Just saying, I rebuke any evil, because we're just talking about it.
But you know what's crazy, dog? When I talk about it, fool, like, I feel it, fool.
Yeah.
And even years later, like, because it was so real to me, and because it was so like even though I know I'm not that person, I still feel those little tingles in my body that I felt back in that time, because it's like the moment I say it, fool, it's so real. Like I feel that shit. Like I just feel it. Like I could be that person. I feel like I could be that person in a snap of a finger, and I could just be back in that lifestyle. And that's what's scary about it.
But that's the thing. It's like it's him trying to come back in.
Right. And so fast forwarding through the whole Zozo situation, you know what I mean? Like I put out a Zozo album, and in this album with the Zozo,
hey,
my
I
first
made
album.
a badass graphic that he never used for it though. Fool, I'll tell you this.
I know
that shit is.
I still have that picture
to this day. Fool, that's one of my hardest. I think
I still have it. This fool made me a half face, half demon ass shit.
This fool had no, not
or the one with the world. The one with the world was bad. The
one
with the world was bad.
I put this fool's fucking.
I still have that shit too. I still have that.
He
shit.
like painted his face like a demon and shit for Halloween one day, and fucking I used.
I
that
was
picture.
this fool for Halloween. Dog.
That's how he looks.
Like that's how I envisioned him.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's how he looked, but that's I couldn't like my mind just envisioned him that way. That's how it just. I don't know if it was me or him through me. Like it just when I was that for Halloween, I felt like I was him, not expression for. I was him out there parading on a Halloween night. That's what it felt like. And crazy, dog. And fucking so I put the Zozo album out, and in this album, it's about this. The story was about this artist. Name Expression, but I didn't really say the name. It was about a story about a kid who has these lyrical abilities and can rap, but knows he needs to take a turn and sell his soul in these hidden machinations of power through these fucking demons that he's summoning. Yeah. So in the album, he's summoning this spirit and selling his soul to try to get to the next level. And then one of the songs is a crystal ball. Then it goes in. He's using his crystal ball to form power. And then he goes into the song. But like it's a whole like storyline, dog. Like starting with the first song, like it's an intro and I'm praying and I get possessed while I'm praying. And then it goes into Block Call. Block Call was a song.
See, the fact that you even have shit like that is like you can tell like where the fuck this fool even come up with? Like why the fuck? Like you're saying like you're praying and like dog. That's what I'm trying to say. Like that's the actual demon power. You're like. Cause that's crazy. Like I would have never think to do that shit like that,
Dog,
like,
but the crazy thing is like it didn't feel like I was acting it. It felt like it was really happening. That's the thing. That's when I knew I was getting too fucking deep in this shit, dog. Because like I was him. I wasn't just him when I was rapping. I wasn't just him in the hip hop. I was him as living.
Yeah.
So I could be me on a normal day driving down the street or whatever, and I'm just feeling like this. I'm just this. Like it wasn't just like and that was the thing. A lot of people didn't know if. Is this guy just being this for music? Or is this like, nah, dog, it became like who I was. And that's where it got toxic, fool.
So when I seen you with that Freemasonry shit, like, how did that come about?
So the Freemasonry shit, so, I finished the album, you know what I mean? I moved on from the album and fucking, I had got real into the Freemasons because I'm thinking fuck like okay.
Was it because of the Zozo or was it because like
no the Zozo was kind of like its own demonic fucking thing.
When was the last time the Zozo was
around?
Yeah, like not around because like you say that you feel like at any time.
Well, there's times where I'm driving home at night and I feel them like right there. I do.
Is it like?
But the last time I ain't gonna lie, some of this EP that I did. Like, I feel like he had a little part in it.
But do you say that because you just feel something is empowering you? Or do you say that because you feel like he's telling you? Because that's a whole different thing now.
Fuck.
Do you feel just being empowered by something?
I feel being empowered by something. I feel like him in me sparking me up to what we were originally were. I feel him trying to continue where we left off is what I feel. When I feel him coming in on the writing and coming in like giving me that extra energy when it's dark.
Okay, but what if it's just him deceiving you into thinking that you need him?
He knows I won't. But see, that's the thing too. Is like how you're saying you had a conversation and you told these spirits to leave. There was one day, dog, where I literally lit up a candle and I had a conversation like this in my room, and I pretty much laid out what it was gonna be and as far as I was willing to go and what I wasn't going to expect. Because I'm telling you, after my mom got real sick, though, that's when I realized that I wasn't going to take it to the fullest level that it needed to be. If I was to go through with everything, dog, I probably would have been a lot further down the whatever I would have been because this shit was adding up fast,
Look,
dog.
Let me tell you, when he says by that, dog, this fool was taking pictures with Freemasons at lodges, fool. Like actual Freemasons, fool, old white people, dog, with like Freemason stuff on their fucking commander shit, dog. this fool was doing that shit, fool. Like,
I was there, but
like, Freemasons that worship the devil, Freemasons, like they're like Masonry, like people that study instead of praying to God, they pray to the devil. You feel me? Like that's what Freemasons, like all this music industry, that's the Freemasons. They don't, there's certain fools that say they believe in God and stuff, but at the same time, you got to look at it this way. When the Freemasonry is talking about God, they're talking about their God. They're not talking about our God.
So they all have, when you join the Masons, okay, the one requirement is you have to believe in a higher God. They don't tell you which God you have to believe in. You have to believe in it. You just have to believe in a supreme being. So, there, you're allowed. So this is where it gets real interesting. He's allowed to pray to God. Okay, let me take the word God out, because God could be anybody. He's allowed to pray to Jesus. He's allowed to pray to Satan. I'm allowed to worship Buddha. She's allowed to pray to whatever the fuck lady where she worships, Egyptian gods over there. We all have to be cordial. We all have to be able to listen to each other, hear each other out, take advice from each other, and understand why. So as we're learning about Kabbalah and shit like that, Kabbalah is a whole fucking sacred geometry. That's a whole another fucking thing. These guys believe that the universe was all formed off numbers, and they have a whole fucking layout, dog. And it all
threes and shit, threes and
it
sixes.
all equals into fucking alchemy and magic, and it's crazy, dog. It's crazy and it's interesting at the same time. So, but like, it's crazy because in the Masons, so generally the Masons aren't bad people. Yeah. Like they're old nice white guys who are real friendly. So the Masons honestly aren't bad people. I think that they just got a bad name because there is bad people.
But do you say that because
there's bad people that
because you took an oath to the Masonry?
No, I didn't take the oath. I didn't go that far. I didn't end up sticking it out because I got weirded out on one of the rituals where they blindfold you when you strip down. Like I don't know, I felt weird about it, dog.
Yeah, fuck all that.
Because there's one where you have to like you're basically like in your boxers and you're blindfolded in a dark room, and they put this fucking like
blood.
They basically like put a fake knife towards you and basically tell you if you speak about it, well, you can pretty much gather what's. Yeah. So they say it's like a fraternity pledge, but like, dog, it's a little bit deeper than that. But I mean, fuck was I saying? I was saying
that they're nice people.
Oh, they're nice people. So they're nice people meaning like when you meet them, they're real friendly. Some of them are fucking. Obviously, they have great jobs. Some of them will be like fucking.
Yeah, they have money.
Working for lawyers, chief of police, principals at schools, city council members. I mean, people who are in positions of power, and but they do community work for like they do charity work. They do. Yeah, they have a children's hospital.
Yes, see, that's the thing, right? You hear all that shit he's saying. Look, that's the thing. What I'm saying, those people are the Masons, fool. And they have all this shit. Yeah. You hear this shit.
So like, but they do things for like the community. They'll have a children's hospital. But here's the interesting thing though. This is where my other theory comes in, right? They're all about the kids. They're all about
sacrificing.
They're all about the kids. But in Satanism, remember, because going back to where I read about it, Satanism is in their religion to be all about the kids. That's why you have Walt Disney, all about the kids.
Pedophile shit.
All about the kids.
Trans
They're
shit.
all about the kids. They're all about lifting the kids up. It's all about the kids.
Because the kids is who they can...
They're going to manifest. They're going to tap into the minds of the youth. They're going to mold them as a young age to grow up and have that...
mentality.
Exactly. 100%. So, when you see Masons and stuff like that, they'll be really, really respectful to you. They'll shake your hands, blah, 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 blah. They're normal people. But there is people in the higher ranks, that have been exposed to doing real dark shit. And that's where these motherfuckers, like these local lodges here, they'll get shade because of the people who have been exposed in the higher up Masons. Because, like, say it's almost like if you had a agency, right? You had a CIA agency, but there was one double agent in there, or a group of double agents who were in this. You have this dark circle of people that were in this, but because they have the name of this and they've been exposed, now it's kind of making every single motherfucker who was a Mason look like that. So there is some people who are like pastors, dog.
But look, you're saying those fools they make all the other Masons look like that, right?
It's like if you're in a gang, right?
But that's what I'm saying. They're gonna get to that level at one point,
right?
So they are like that,
right? But the goal is to kind of the goal as a higher up Mason is to kind of keep. So there's the first one is entered apprentice. That's the first stage. Then you go to fellowship, and then you get your master Mason. Those are 3 stages. But after the Master Mason, you can join like the York Rite, the Scottish Rite. You can join other realms of the Masonry and continue your shit. So that's where you end up being a 33rd degree. I met one that was a fucking 93rd degree, dog, and it was crazy.
What does that mean, 93rd?
They're like at the highest fucking level of information, of secrets.
Meaning
the higher you go, the higher secrets they give you.
They did all the rituals, all the sacrifices.
All the rituals. I don't want to say sacrifices because...
You can't. I get it. I get it. You can't. But let's be real here.
This guy's good over here.
Let's be real here. I'm not part of that shit.
I don't want to say they did sacrifices, but the possibility of them doing sacrifices could be really high, yes. But I don't want to say it because I didn't see them do it. So if I didn't see them do it, I don't want to say it. But in theory, there's been theories about goats and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in theory. Because they have the Baphomet right there. You know what I mean? The way they designed the lodge, it's all black. It's all black and white.
That's the devil.
They do black and white because they designed it on King Solomon's temple.
The square checkered floor shit.
So it's like yin and yang, right? It's good and evil, good and evil, good and evil. And so...
But they say that because they say that the devil is good and evil. Like, the devil themselves, to them, that he's a good person, dog. He's just mislooked at the wrong way. You feel me? And I'm saying that like if I know, when I don't really know that much, but from what I've like seen, from what because let's say this, I don't have a religion, right? They came to a point where I just figured like, dog, this is man-made. You feel me? Like I just believe in God. Like, okay, the word God, right, is also man-made. I just use it because I know that he's out there. Like I just don't know what to call him, so I call him God. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I know it's a good God.
Right.
And I know there's the bad. You feel me? Because you know why I know for a fact?
And they still call his ass God too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. God. That's their God. But what I'm trying to say is, dog, as a grown adult, you know what's right and what's wrong, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know that there's good and there's evil.
Right.
All right? So, okay, what does the word Mason stand for? That's another name for the devil, right?
I don't know that.
From when I was a little kid, I always thought Mason was like, you call the devil Mason or something. Like, I thought that was like his name or something. Lucifer, Mason.
I don't know that.
So that's why.
Maybe.
That's why it's okay if you can't talk about it.
No. I'm good. We're good. We can talk about it.
Because look, from my point of view, because look, check this out. I'm gonna tell you something. From my point of view, that's why I think it's Freemasonry. Because free the devil. Like, let's free him. Let's make him our God.
Free minds. Well, free mind kind of goes into free will. Free will was what God told.
Everyone.
If you have free will,
we have free will.
Yeah, exactly. So the word free kind of leads you to be
bad.
Right.
Because that's what.
But see,
he'll make you think it's good when it's not. He'll make it seem like.
Well, that's
it is.
why the beginning stages of Masonry, because most people stop at the Master Mason. Most people, when they reach most lodges stop at Master Mason. You have to seek outside of your lodge. And continue your shit and your journey to see how high you go up before you get. So they keep a lot of these people, from what I've been told by the higher up people, who I know the only reason why I got the respect from these people is because they seen all the Zozo shit. They seen my music shit. They seen the collaboration. So they kind of threw me a bone on the knowledge tip.
Yeah.
That these motherfuckers over here are kind of like the worker ants. It's like if you had a big fucking CEO, right? But you have these little motherfuckers who work for you. They have the title for you, but they're not at the same level as you.
Yeah.
Well, you know all the truth. The higher you go up, the more secrets you are told. They probably have the secrets about the aliens, the classified, all this, because you see presidents,
a lot of them are Freemasons.
All of them. George Washington. All these motherfuckers were Masons. So, you're going to have those secrets that, that these fools have. But these fools aren't going to get to the level of secrecy that these fools are. Because they say as you reach that level of 33rd, that's when they really break it down to you and explain to you what the real fucking shit is. And that's why the 33rd degree Masons are the ones who are actually fucking rich. Now, we have powerful Masons that are like I said, doctors, lawyers, dentists, blah, blah, blah. But then we have the motherfuckers that are like, oh, well, that motherfucker's a senator. Oh, that motherfucker's a president. Oh, that motherfucker owns Disneyland. You know what I mean? Now you're looking at the higher motherfuckers who are like wealthy, powerful. Going to Bilderberg meetings. It goes from a Mason meeting to a fucking Bilderberg meeting. They don't let nobody in a group. Anybody approaches
to a what meeting?
A Bilderberg meeting.
Bilderberg?
Bilderberg.
What does that mean?
It's like an Illuminati meeting.
Oh, okay.
It's like the most powerful Masons who are at that high up go and meet. There's fucking powerful influencers there, people in media, military, But the second they see anybody approach their meeting that doesn't look like they're on the list, they shut the whole fucking meeting down. Everybody splits. It's over. Gone.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Nothing. Gone. They're all gone. So,
God's real.
God's real.
Like, I understand, like, you may have your religion, you believe, but at the end of the day, fool, they know it. The Masons know it.
Right.
Everyone knows God's real.
No, yeah, facts.
They just want you against them. They're not going to push it on you like, well, big. No. They're going to give you how you just told us. Look, you told us they have Buddhists, they have people believe in God, and they have Satanists, right? When they go. And they all have to.
The highest people, the highest ones are the darkest ones.
Yes. Now.
Period.
That's what I'm saying. Now, look, they're going to bring you in. Oh, no, we believe in everything. Everything. So now you're in there, a Mason. Not you. I'm saying in general.
Right.
You're in there. Oh, yeah, well, I believe in God. Well, that's okay. I believe in Buddha. Oh, well, I believe in this. Well, that's what Freemasonry is. We all believe in different things, so we come together. But as you go higher in, it gets evil, and they push the devil agenda.
That's why, like, I don't, because I still keep in contact with a lot of these cats. And, like, literally, I just ran into one the other day. I'm not going to say their names and stuff like that, but I just ran into one the other day. We had a cool little, he gave me his card. He's like, let's have some lunch. And they shut Coachella down and they shut Palm Springs down due to an embezzlement type of shit situation going on. Like, I guess the high up people in there were stealing money. Because you pay a membership fee. Yeah. You pay a yearly fee, a membership fee. You raise money that's supposed to be for charities and events and stuff. Like, well, I guess there was some embezzlement shit going on. And, so... It's
kind of what the government is doing. Same shit.
Right. So, these cats here, like, I don't hold them at that standard of that because they're not at that... They didn't reach that level.
They're local.
They didn't reach that level that we're talking
They're
about.
just local rappers. They're not...
They didn't go to that. They didn't do the extreme shit. So to them, they might not even know this. Some of them might not know it because they believe that they've already reached the... Like, the only reason why I know what I know is because, again, I came across paths who were around people who were real fucking, like, in that shit. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of get, you know what I mean? And that's why, like, so, I knew exactly that. And honestly, dog, none of that ever scared me. None of it ever.
Well, like, it didn't scare you because, like, you.
I guess when I say scared, I mean, like, none of it ever scared me away. Like, even knowing all that, I was still willing to go through it. I was still willing to, like, okay, if I have to be dark, whatever. We have to do whatever we have to do, okay, whatever. But when it came to my family, when it came to my sacrifices, when it came for me having to get rid of the things that mattered the most to me, seeing my mom fucking fold out and knowing in the back of my mind is because I was just doing brujeria shit, that's where my turning point was. And then, later on my daughter came and, again, like you said, like God's real because when my daughter was born, she had a fucking dog. She had to get surgery. They had to cut open her head and she had to go through some straight up brain surgery, dogs, like type shit. And, those are moments in life where I've had flashes before my eyes, where I've had to break down, where I've had to cry, where I've had to pray out and really like reevaluate my whole shit. And going back to like that Zozo situation where I said like, because honestly it was just like probably like last year I had a relapse. I call it like a relapse because that's what it felt like. I went, got aboard. I just felt like jumping back in it, dog. And tell me why the day I got it, the next day my mom's like, son, I'm feeling really, really sick again. Like she's at home in tears, like my body's giving out. Like I feel my everything going. Like she was getting sick as fuck all over again. Like when I say like not sick, like you like my Leah's are going like sick, like her bones get weak, her body's fucking like she's like back to where it was like when that situation was happening, and I almost like fuck this, dog. The next day I took it, I went and put it out because see the whole thing is too like to get rid of a board, you either bury it or you give it away as a gift. And that passes it on. Yeah. So I gave it as a gift. Catherine. I get not Catherine. Catherine was a long time ago. This was recent. Yeah. This shit was probably like and don't tell me that's why you think who'd you give it to? This was in November. Like in November. Oh, okay. This last year? This just happened like a bad relapse. Who'd you give it to? I just put it out there for, Is that person dead? I don't know. I just gave it to him to let, you know what I mean? And the thing is, dog, like, so I had to, again, during when I gave that board away, I had a conversation. And the conversation I had was basically becoming, we're friends. Like, I don't have anything against you. I appreciate the history we had. I know where you could take me, but I know what you want from me. And because of what you want from me, I can't fuck with you past a certain point. I always liked, there was good times when it was, but it's never going to be past a certain point. We're always just going to be here. And as soon as that energy came from that side, that's when we were able to just be mutual and kind of find a place in the middle to where, hey, if I feel like I want to fuck with them real quick because of I want to be inspired or I want some kind of rush or whatever, I can get it.
Okay,
but I'm never going to get to that peak of success because of the simple fact that I will not go through what it takes.
Okay.
But so it's tricky because like as I'm with God and as I believe in God and as I'm this and that, there's times in life where I feel like there's only certain things that I can
establish.
There's only certain things I can, like I feel like there's only certain times where I have to lean on a different direction as opposed to going towards God, which is terrible because it's like,
but you see that
then you're in the middle.
That's the devil, bro.
It is. And that's where it's terrible because it's like you're not supposed to be lukewarm, dog. You're not supposed to be in the middle. There's a fucking special place in hell for motherfuckers like that. And like, you know, at the end of the day, dog, like I'm not going home. I'm not praying to the devil. I'm not praying to Satan. I'm not this and that. But like, you know, there's times like where
I feel like if dog, I feel like if
it hasn't been fully let go is what I'm trying to say. Like,
okay, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, all those insecure thoughts, fool, that's him trying to make you go back.
Oh yeah. No, he wants me to go back, but like again, like
but any insecurity
he knows though. He knows that.
No. Let me tell you, any insecurity you have, thinking that you won't reach a level for not reaching with him, is him trying to put that in your head.
Oh yeah. No, yeah. That's 100%.
You
no,
can
you're right.
reach
You're right.
any
you're
level.
Right. You're right.
With God.
No, you're right. You're right.
With God, wait.
No, for sure.
You feel me? And that's
for sure.
That's him. That look at the depression, the talking back about yourself, putting yourself down. That's evil.
Evil. Yeah.
They feed off of that.
Yeah.
So look, when they see you getting close to God, they see you spreading love. They see you doing that. They're losing their power, fool. They're fading. They're fading away, dog. They're fading, right? And as they're fading, they're like, fuck, no, I'm fading. The fear is fading away because you have no fear no more, dog.
Yeah.
It's fading. So like they're looking at themselves and they're fading away, dog, right? So what do? They put doubt in your head. Mm-hmm. Doubt creates fear.
Yeah.
And fear makes them powerful. So now this was like, fuck yeah. Oh yeah, he's I'm feeding off this fool. He still thinks I'm real. Yes, he's scared of me. He still knows that. So now he's like, you know, so look, let me tell you this. Zozo is not gonna live your life until you fully, and you know you could do that.
Yeah.
Until you fully want them out.
Yeah, because even when I got baptized, dog, like
Wait, you got baptized?
I got baptized when I was older, like probably like I was in my 20s, and I got baptized, dog, and that's when I felt clear and pure, dog, and then I fucking relapsed even harder, dog. After like I went a few months down the road, I even went more evil. I started chewing rosaries and eating. There was honestly, that's what honestly, dog. There was a point where Cryptic had a split. We all had a split because I was too evil to be. These fools didn't want to be around me because I was going too crazy. Like I was getting possessed. I'd eat rosaries. I was on a sick one, fool. Like I was crazy, dog. And so I say, like, there was a point to where, like, I embraced that. I was longing for that. I was controlled. Like I didn't feel like myself. Now, like I feel like myself 100%. Like I feel like I'm in control. That's what I guess what I'm trying to say. Is like there was a point where I felt like I lent in my body to be like, to let the control take over as opposed to me having control.
Yeah.
So, like, again, like, I don't feel like an evil person. Like, I don't feel like I have evil intentions. I don't feel like any of it. But I'll at the same time, I feel like I could reach out and grab it and be it. But I don't want to. But I feel like it's there to have if I need it. But I don't want to believe that I need it because I want to believe that I can just have God. And you know, when I'm in my moments of where I'm the most desperate for whatever, if I feel real sick, if I'm feeling like issues with my diabetes, or if I'm feeling like fuck, I'm gonna be in the hospital, or if whatever it is, I'm praying to God. God is my go-to for my healing, to watch over, because ultimately I believe that my family was all religious. I believe like if I do reunite with my lost loved ones, I feel like they're all in heaven. I don't feel like none of them were evil. I feel like, and at the end of the day, what I would long for and what I believe and what I would hope for is I could be reunited with them in the next life. That I would go to heaven and be around my family and be with them. You know what I mean? That's what I would want to be. I wouldn't want to be separated in two different worlds that they aren't. It wouldn't feel right. And so when I look at things like that, from that perspective too, it's like more reason for me to not choose to stick in this path. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and you're right when you said, you know, with God I can accomplish all that too, and it's true, you can. But it's just because. But I've been programmed from such a young age to believe that because of all the steps and because of how everything laid out, like kind of your story, how it just all was. All the steps were coming so fast, so quick that it was almost like the expressway. Like, you know what I mean? The express, like the fucking...
To get there faster.
Like the fucking, like a fucking fast pass. You get there fast. Boom. This is the fast route. Boom. And then have your 7 years of fame. And then after that, you fucking die and whatever the fucking case is. Because now you get this and that. You gave up your sacrifice, but then your ultimate sacrifice is yourself. And that's where I see a lot of celebrities. I trip out, dog, when I see celebrity shit too, because it's like you see people live like a 20-year long fame, Hall of Fame life where they were the star, they were the icon, they were this and that, and then they ended up dying in a fucking helicopter crash, or they end up fucking dying in a car accident or something crazy. And it's like I look at it from different perspectives, dog.
Like they're in hell and shit?
Like in hell, or they have to fake their death and go live somewhere and they have to be dead to the world because they made that decision. They made that. They knew that oath was there's only a certain time. You don't get a lifetime of fame. Yeah. Even if I was to choose to sell my soul, to choose to do all this shit, I'm not going to get a lifetime of fame. I'm going to get a short period, usually 7 to 10 years. A short fucking period where I'm going to pop. And in those 7 to 10 years, I have to lay out whatever I'm going to lay out for my family. If it's for my daughter or whoever the fuck, I have to lay out whatever it is, the money lay it out. I basically have to sacrifice myself so they can live off of my own sacrifice to myself.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's fucking stupid at the end of the day. And that's why I'm like, you know, and a lot of people don't believe in this shit. And you know, they don't believe in it. And I'm glad they don't believe in it because the more you believe in it, the more you manifest it. And then it fucks up your reality of it. The people who don't believe in it actually have an upper hand because they believe in themselves and they just believe that they can accomplish it anyway. And they don't need to be influenced by any. Yeah. And then those other things that come around to influence you don't have no toll on you because you don't believe in it anyway. Yeah. So, you know, I would never try to convince people that it's real. I only know it to be real as fuck to myself. Real as fuck to myself, you know? And
do you feel like maybe
I
because...
feel like JoJo...
Oh yeah, continue with JoJo, my boy. Yeah.
I feel like JoJo, bro. It's crazy.
What's up with JoJo?
Rest in peace to Joe. You know, he ended up passing from fentanyl and shit, man. That's another thing, man. Like, you know, these drugs out here.
Drugs are crazy, man. That's crazy, what RIP to the homie Hefe too. That's what he, you know, also fentanyl and shit. That's what, you know, it was around the same time. Like it's JoJo too. Like it's just, it's just too much.
It's sad, like, dog. And that was honestly JoJo's. That was like those were his demons, dog. And
dog, you know, and you know what? To be honest with you, I felt really bad about JoJo, fool. Like I felt really, really bad, only because in my heart, fool, like I didn't know him all crazy like that, dog. Yeah. But just in my heart, that's what I'm trying to tell you, dog. Like fool, like in my heart, I felt him, like he was a good kid, like he was a kid.
He had a good
inside.
spirit. He had
like
a good spirit.
I felt his good spirit still, like. Yeah. You know, like I every time I know, like even though he'll be like, oh, this and that, like he'll be doing this or sniffing or whatever the case is, you know, like
you still knew he was a good person.
He was inside, like even though like he was like fucking, how do you say it, like stingy or whatever sometimes, whatever the case is. Yeah. Like I don't know.
We would root for him in the end because we wanted to see him
like
grow up and
for the whole series you had for. You need to bring that back and turn that into an actual movie that you can put out and put his life story out. Right. Because he's not gonna get a chance to tell it.
Facts.
You feel me?
Facts.
And honestly, whether you know, I obviously used to watch those videos, dog. That was motivational. Like whether you believe me or not, fool, I used to watch those videos. Like I'll see JoJo, like damn fool, that's right, fool. And in my heart, I feel good because I'm like, that's right, fool. Like I just felt good because I felt good in my heart because I'll see somebody changing their fucking like. I'm like, damn, I feel bad for him because how he looked. Like I feel like damn, people probably pick on him and shit. You know, like I'll just feel that. I don't know why. I'll feel it, and then when I seen him working out, I'm just like, I feel so good. Like it made me feel good. Yeah. It made me feel good. I never told him or nothing, but I'm just saying like, so I'll watch it. You know, from time to time, I'll click on the life of JoJo. You know, like I'll watch him and I'll watch him work out, and I'll be like, that's right. That's the motivation I need.
Fuck
like
yeah.
no lie, fool. Like so when he passed, dog, it really affected me. Like I shed a tear, you know, like because like I said, I know him, but nothing like he wasn't my close homie, you know, like that. But we did hang out and shit, you know. But like I said, I did shed a tear because it was sad, only because I knew he was a good kid. Like I imagined him as a little kid, even though I didn't know him as a little kid.
Right.
When he died, I just imagined his soul as a little kid, so that made me sad. You feel
Still
me?
had a little kid's soul.
Little
He
kid's
still
soul.
had-
Yeah,
he
that's what I'm
still had a
saying.
little kid's soul. He
And-
never
and-
got to really grow up and reach his peak to
And you know what? I will never forget. He will always give me like, I don't know what he would say behind doors. You know, I don't know. But every time I'll see him, oh, Eddie, you're like the Mexican burner. Even though Burner's Mexican, but he will always tell me that. Fool, you're like the Mexican burner, fool. Like he will always tell me that, fool. Like I remember him saying that all the time, way. Like, you know, so that's why, you know, I don't know. And it's
And then he
fucked
was
up.
in that video. He was in one of your videos.
Yeah,
remember
he's,
that when we
yeah,
did the-
you're in there,
yeah,
fucking, yeah, you know,
repping
like
the ghetto gang shit. You know what I'm saying?
you feel me, fucking, and
You know, it's crazy because like, you know, Joe had a big hand. He was one of the founding. So me, Joe, and Peanut were the original creators of the Cryptic.
yeah,
And you know, Cryptic started off to be like a little label and all that, but as we got deeper, it became like a fucking religion. It became like a fucking cult. It became like a fucking. It became like our own Freemasonry between us, dog.
yeah,
And Joe had a big fucking hand into why I got so deep into it, because Joe was the one who was obsessed with the Illuminati. He was the one obsessed with the Freemasons. He was honest. Joe was already obsessing into the Illuminati and the Freemasons as I was stuck in my zozo thing. So Joe sparked in a way my interest in Illuminati. And you know, it's crazy because back in the day I had made a song when this is back when I was really evil, like I said, chewing rosaries and shit. I had made a song where I'm dissing Cryptic because everybody had pulled away from me because I was too fucking evil. So I'm rapping and making a dark song about fuck everybody. Y'all are too pussy to go through with selling your stuff. Like I made this is still out. You know, it's off the album. And I talk about sacrificing 6 of us from Cryptic in the song. The song is in the video I'm burning everybody's contracts. So when they first came to my shit, the contract had a fucking pyramid on it. It was crazy. It was stupid. Fucking had a pyramid on it. It had a whole fucking layout, dog. Everybody signed that shit. And I'm right there burning each contract. Boom, 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 boom. And I trip out, dog, because it's like, first Joe went, you know, and when he went, it honestly, like, in a sick way, it felt like,
sacrifice.
it almost felt like a sacrifice. Like he had to go for Cryptic to rise. Like,
Let me ask you this:
it's crazy.
Did
like,
you hand him the board?
And he was he was the one who, he never wanted to play.
But after the fact,
I didn't hand him the board.
No?
He played once, but he never wanted it. He wasn't as evil and fascinated as he was and how he was. He didn't want to long for that. So, but it was crazy because like, and he got multiple chances. He rolled his car up in 74. He should have died then. His car, he fucking rolled his car in 74. His whole fucking car was smashed all the way. He fucking crawled out of that car, dog. I don't know how. But this was all with the fentanyl. That was his first chance. I had beat the fuck out of him in front of his pops. I told him, Joe, you need to stop doing this shit. His pops was like, let me beat his ass because he was fucking up. And then we stopped talking for like a week or two. Came back, apologized. I'm like, I'm sorry, dog. You're going to do what you do. Let him do what he does. He never stopped. And, you know, he was like the little brother of Cryptic. And it still is. And it's like, it's kind of crazy to me because like, I'm thinking like, when I sit and think about it, I'm like, fuck, dog. Because then a few months down the road, actually just this year, we had another person from Cryptic die. Another person who signed, AP Dub, Al B's cousin.
okay.
He's another person who signed the contracts with me during all that evil shit. And he just died from fentanyl too. So now, out of like the 6 contracts that were signed, 2 people have already died within the last 2 years. And I'm just like, it trips me the fuck out, dog. Like, I don't know if it's, sometimes I question if it's a coincidence, if it's because of the spiritual shit that was going on, if, what the fuck was it? You know what I mean? And, you know, I'd hate to think that, you know, what we were doing had any part in it. But the thing is,
It could be.
we knew that we were tampering with doors.
You're not supposed to, dog.
Not supposed to. We knew we were inviting things in that were fucking evil. That shit was, the drugs are evil, dog. Like, those are fucking, like, fucking people, like, pray over those things, dog. Like, some cartel assholes, like, they'll pray over that shit. Like, they'll pray, they put them wet that shit over there. Like, that shit gets evil, dog. And, you know, like, that was his Ouija board. That was, to me, the fentanyl was his Ouija board. And it took his ass out.
So,
And
he knew he had fentanyl and shit in it?
yeah. He knew what he was doing. He just couldn't.
See,
He
I didn't
wouldn't
even
stop.
So
He
look,
wouldn't stop.
how do one know that it has fentanyl? How? Cause like, doesn't it like if you sniff it you die or some shit? Like I seen videos like.
He would smoke it.
But I'm saying like, don't you if you touch it you can die or some shit?
Honestly, dog, I really don't know.
Don't they say that shit right? If you like sniff it or touch it, like you could die and shit. Like that's why I'm like, how is it like these fools could even sell it and they have it on
this
their
motherfucker.
hands?
But see, the day he died, like 3 days prior, he had been, he had ran out of money. He was trying to get, his fix. And he was hitting me up for money, and I told him no. I'm like, fuck no, I ain't gonna give you no money, dog. I'm like, you fucking need to go through this. You need to get better, because ultimately, my ultimate goal is for him to fucking get sober and get his life back.
Yeah.
So his fool hits me up the same day, like 2 hours before he's pronounced dead, and he's still trying to get money from me. I'm like, nah, dog, I'm not gonna give you no money. Well, I guess somewhere, somehow. So I was led to believe that he went through withdrawals and.
See, that's what I thought. I thought he died because he didn't get the drugs, so his body
he
fucking.
ended up getting the drugs. He did a fuckload of drugs. He did a shitload of the Roxy pills. He did a fucking Xanax, and then he went to the methadone clinic. So he's loaded up of all these shits, dog. This motherfucker had a seizure in his fucking restroom, dog. He was in the shower for like almost 2 hours, and then that's where it kind of blows my mind. It's like, dude, why wouldn't your parents, if they
take it to the fucking hospital?
If these fucking parents, they all know he's in the hospital going through it, and they let him and until he fucking stiffs up in front of the fucking mirror. I didn't even know he was that bad. He didn't tell me. I didn't know he was like, yo, I'm taking a shower, JC, or I'm feeling like I'm gonna die. Like, they were there in the house, and this fool's in the shower. Be like if you were all sick, Malias, you were doing, and you're just locked in the shower for hours, and you just keep showering.
Like, bro, get the fuck out the shower. Like I would have checked on him. Yeah.
This fool ends up stiffing up in front. His dad said he ended up opening the door, and Joe was just locked. He couldn't move because he was just stiff in front of the mirror, and he was just shaking. The woman died in his dad's arms right there. He was pronounced dead before the paramedics even got there. And
R.I.P. dog.
And it's sad, fool, because like he ended up fucking,
Damn. So did you ever find out how he got the money for that shit?
No, I never found out. How he got the money, and it's just stupid.
And you know what's fucked up?
Homies who were around said they were gonna stop pushing that shit, and they did for like a few days, and then they went back to their same shit too. So it's like motherfuckers don't even realize. They don't even
care.
Like, how you gonna sell shit like that to your homie, dog? Like, if we're boys and we grew up together, like, it's bad enough that you're already selling it too. Like, you shouldn't even be selling it, but like, imagine even selling it to your childhood friends, dog. Like, how would you? That's crazy to me. Like, so I had to cut off a lot of people too, dog. In a sense that, where the fuck is your morals at? Where are you guys thinking? Like, you guys are showing up to the funeral, you guys are feeling a certain way, but why are you guys still doing what the fuck you guys are doing? Like, so I had to distance myself from a lot of close friends too, and
I feel really bad about JoJo Fu too, because I didn't even know he died like that. I thought he died because I was, when I heard how he died, I thought he died like that, so that made me feel even bad. Like, damn, imagine he was probably like
dog, his legs were so swollen, his feet and legs were so swollen, his whole insides were fucked up, they said. It got so bad that the paramedics told the dad that even if they would have got there in time, he was gonna die anyway. His kidneys had already shut down. He was already done. So, and then it goes into AP Dub, who was we just literally, dog. I had literally 2 unreleased songs. We were getting ready to do his EP and push him as an artist out of the crypt. We have unreleased music from him in my studio right now, and this fool ended up going too, dog. And the other day we were live and we were playing some of his music, and it just so happened to get this guy KO, producer, who comes on my live, and this fool fucking has shit with he's like, yo, what you guys playing? That shit's fire. Send me that shit. That shit has potential. I get him on the live. This fool's producing fucking Post Malone records and all kinds of shit. And this fool's like telling me to send him that record. I'm like, dog, the homie who's rapping, he's gone. We're on the live. Like, me and Bebo were on the live with this fool. Yeah. And we're talking to this fool, and we're like telling him, like, dog, the homie, I mean, this guy who you're hearing, like, he's not even here. This song's never going to be completed. Yeah. And he was just like tripping out, like, what, dog? And it'd be like that sometimes, And
damn.
Rest in peace to those fools. But it leads me to believe, like, is cryptic cursed was what I was getting at. Like, it's not is there a curse?
See, all that you're saying is not that it's cursed, but it's just that
we're surrounded by a lot of fucking evil shit.
It's not that it's cursed. Okay, look, so this is how I see it from everything you told me. I feel like even though maybe you didn't, I don't know if you did or not, I don't know if you could talk about it or not, but what I'm saying is, I feel like cryptic is sacrificed. Right? Like, maybe you didn't, But since you opened those doors, dog, you feel me?
Yeah, and that's
Like-
how I feel.
Like it's like, okay,
Because me, I see myself when I die, I see myself dying from health complications because I'm already feeling them. Like I'm already feeling the health, the overweight, the diabetes. My sugars are out of fucking control. Like everything's bad. For like I try to stabilize my shit. I see myself stretching over those period of time and then croaking. Getting that stretch of period of time and then croaking. So I already know at some point it's gonna be. I feel it's gonna be my shit's gonna be health complications.
okay, but
other people.
what are you doing about that though?
Dog, I haven't honestly, like for my health, like I keep trying to tell myself that
Like, it's not about eating healthy, you know that?
work out. I try to take
Like fasting.
and you know I've been told that by a lot of people too. You know, did the zozo thing, had a history with the spirit, you know what I mean, and all that bullshit that went on, and you know it led to me going through some shit in my life, where seeing with my mom, get sick, and then having my daughter when she was born, and blah 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 blah. To fast forward to where I'm at now, and now I'm thankful for every day of my life, and thankful for what I've gone through, because it's all learning experiences, and I look forward to the future of what I'm gonna
What's a holding for you?
yeah, what's a hold, and what's a hope for, and stuff like that. But like, a lot of that stuff I let go of, and most of it I let go of, and I'm just happy in a happy place in my life, and now I'm just managing some artists now from the Valley and stuff like that, and just trying to do my thing and show love and support to other people who are doing the same, man. And it's fucking a blessing to come and kick it with my boy and do
I appreciate you coming through. Hell yeah, fool.
do a podcast.
Fucking-
We got to run over some cool, deep conversations.
you
I got
feel
to
me?
hear some stories I didn't hear from this guy. That shit.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
some crazy. He had some deep ass shit. And you know what's crazy? When he was telling his story, bro, like I felt everything he was saying. Like I felt like I was. He told it like a movie, to where I was
Imagining it.
I was in the hallway with him, walking through the Applebee's with him. Like
Same
I
here.
was there with you when he told it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But salute to the Valley. Salute to everybody doing their thing. Salute to King
What is something
Fabetto.
you would like to tell someone that's really actually out there, like the ones who chase their dream? What's some advice would you give them?
My advice would be to just believe in yourself. Focus on yourself. Don't let yourself be consumed by what's around you. And when I say that, don't fall into any. Don't start to question your faith. Number one, the moment you start to question your faith, you question yourself. You question everything, and that's when you become dependent on other people. Do you be independent? Independent. Focus on yourself. Build your brand, like Fabetto said. Chase your dream. Know your boundaries. Make sure you set fucking boundaries.
That's
know
one
your
big thing.
Know your boundaries before you even get in this fucking game. Because if you're gonna come in and if you're in a relationship and you know you can't make songs about bitches, know that already.
Yeah.
Or know that you need to do some marketing or whatever it is. Know your boundaries. Or if you don't want to be approached by anybody in this industry who's going to try to make you do things that are against your religion, know that already.
Set your boundary.
You know what I'm saying? Set your boundary and know what your limits are and what your limits aren't, how far you're willing to go and where you're not. Where do you draw the line? Where do you not draw the line? If you're an open book and you don't give a flying fuck and you just want to run with everything, well, then that's fine. But just know that there's going to be consequences at the end.
Yes.
Know every aspect of what you look at it from every fucking
Every
angle.
point of view,
Every
yes.
point of view. And that's my advice to people, is to look at it from every angle. And, know, the number one thing I always say is that you will sacrifice something. Whether it's your time, whether it's someone, whether it's whatever it is, you will have to, regardless, sacrifice something, because it takes dedication and a passion and love, and it's a lifestyle.
Yep.
Whatever it is. And make sure you make time to find the balance for everything.
For everything.
Everything.
Yes.
You have to find the
Don't make that
balance.
excuse. Exactly. The balance is there. We all have work. We all have families. We all got shit we got to do.
Get a fucking calendar. Write your schedule.
Write
If
your
you
shit
have to
down.
write your schedule out, like, hey, I'm at this work from this hour. I pick up my kids from this hour. Oh, I'm only with 30 minutes of time to write. Whatever it is, but get your ass in the fucking booth and work in those 30 minutes.
That's a real artist. Don't call yourself an artist till you do that. Because if you say, well, I didn't have time today, you have time. You were on TikTok for an hour.
Yes.
You can't tell me you couldn't write a verse.
Plan to the end. Plan all the way to the end.
And
That's in the
also-
48 laws of power. Read the 48 laws of power. Plan all the way to the end.
Manifest it.
Mm-hmm.
You think manifestation is real?
Oh, I love manifestation. You gotta,
Yep.
you gotta manifest. You
have
meditate. Meditate. If you meditate when you're just driving, manifest. When you're just driving
envision
around,
it.
when you're driving around them nice gated ass fucking communities in Rancho Mirage, looking at these houses, like one day it's gonna be me.
mine, yeah.
Keep telling yourself that, because one
Yeah.
day it'll be you.
Yeah.
Till you feel it, till it becomes you. You manifest it till you transform and till you morph into that shit.
Yep.
don't ever block any kind of topic. If you need to be a free fucking book. You mean whatever it is. If you get thrown in a fucking room with somebody from a label and you're gonna tell them, "Oh, I can't rap about that." No, you're gonna fucking do it. You have to be able to do it.
Yeah.
But you know, and I'm not saying you have to go out there and fucking be sloppy, be messy. If you're in a relationship, be a fucking. You could still set. You could even set boundaries with bitches in your music video.
Yes.
You can.
Don't use this as an advice to say, well, Fabello said it was okay to fucking cheat. Nah, fuck no.
That's the thing too. Is like be a real ass motherfucker. Because
be real.
The
dog.
moment you cheat on your girl and then you try to get back with her and try to work it out, that she's never gonna trust you again. It's never gonna work out.
Yeah,
that's just the reality.
Look,
be a real one. If you don't want to be with her anymore, let her know.
And, you know, and
find that balance. Find the balance too, because if you're setting your boundaries, you will find the balance between having a solid relationship, being a solid artist, having time for your haile, having time for your fucking overtime haile. Be organized too.
That's right, my boy. I appreciate you coming through the Ghetto Conversations podcast. Everybody stay tuned. Go make sure you follow, like, and share Expression's page. Make sure you follow, like, and share Ghetto Conversations. Let's go, baby.